Dear students, it is the fourth video for week 14, lectures 28, and in this video I'll explain the impact of the shortage of water or the water scarcity on economy and the society of Pakistan, plus the solution of this. As you know that 60% of the total Pakistani economy is dependent on agriculture, whereas almost 90% of the water is consumed for the agriculture sector. According to careful statistics issued by the government of Pakistan, if the water scarcity, water shortage is not mended, it is not solved, then Pakistan may lose 90 billion rupees loss in the agriculture sector because of the drought. And it is not simply a loss in the agriculture sector, but there is loss in the entire economy of Pakistan because it contributes around 35% of the GDP. It employs almost 44% of the labor force in Pakistan is connected with the agriculture, and agriculture makes 65% of the export earning in Pakistan. Fine. If water shortage continues, Pakistan will have less agriculture, more demands in food, and then Pakistan will have to look to other countries which our poor generation and poor nation cannot afford. Raising livestock is the major source of the livelihood for the rural areas, and it is really very important economic factor because livestock contributes 9.7% of the GDP of our country. Thereby, it will be directly affected by the shortage of water. Orchards mean the flower or industry in Pakistan is flourishing, and this will also be affected. Our major crops like wheat, cotton, sugarcane, rice, they need more water, and so the industries related to these will be affected. And you know, cotton and the sugar industries are our major industries which win a good GDP for Pakistan. Well, if the groundwater is not taken care and the contamination is not removed from the face of the earth, then the groundwater is getting polluted and people are facing different kind of diseases which are quite worst. Well, less agriculture means less employment, and increasing unemployment creates tension, war, and disarray in the country. Thereby, the water scheme should be proper, and following points can be taken: water development and water measurements. Two options the government can take: water development and water management. Clear? Number one, water development, that the Tarbela, Mangla, and the other dams, they are they have reached almost to the dead level. The capacity of them should be increased. Fine. Secondly, new dams like Chashma, Kalabagh, Thal Reservoir raised, Mangla Dam, Mirani Dam, Gulzam Dam. Let's review about these dams. That these dams, either they should be constructed on the immediate basis. Secondly, their capacity should be increased. Chashma Dam, it is located 200 miles upstream of the Tarbela on the river Indus. I mean, it is away from upper 200 miles at the upper side of the Tarbela. And its water flow is 7.3 million acre feet and live shortage is 5.7, and its power generation, if it is properly mended, will be 33,060 3,660 megawatt. Kalabag Dam is located 132 miles downstream of Tarbela, I mean below the Tarbela in KPK and Punjab region. Its cross shortage would be 6.1 million acre feet. Mean the shortage of the 6.1 million acre feet shortage that Pakistan is facing, it will be reduced, and it has the capacity to generate 36 megawatt electricity. Clear? Well, this dam is one of contention among the provinces. Provinces have the apprehension. There should be a very strong national policy over this. Thal Reservoir, it is located on right bank of Chashma, Jhelum Link Canal, along with the western river of the river bank of the river Jhelum, and this reserve has the capacity of 2.3 million acre feet. Raised Mangla Dam. If Mangla Dam is raised by 40 feet, will increase its capacity to 9.5 million acre, and its power generation capacity will increase by 15%. Mirani Dam, this dam is located in Dasht River about 48 kilometers from the Turbat in the town of Makran in the Makran division, and it will reduce to some size the shortage of the water. Gomulzam Dam, it is located in Khajuri Cage in Gomul River in South Waziristan, about 75 miles from Dera Ismail Khan. Its main objective will be irrigate 132,000 acres of the land, and the power generation capacity is 17.4 megawatt, and also it will control the flood that happens. Well, now the water management. Fine, that water management, presently losses occur due to seepage, infiltration and leakage. I mean the water shortage is happening because of the seepage. That water is distilled out, infiltration and leakage. Seepage results in water logging, and these losses can be reduced or eliminated by the lining the canals. The canals should be constructed with sound material. People should be educated to conserve water by cooperation. Furthermore, government should make laws on the water conservation, like in the many western countries where they have penalties imposed on the people if they uh, waste the water. The groundwater sources are now becoming scarce, and they are the major use of the domestic water. Clear? Thereby, government should build the public tube wells, and they should have a proper utilization, because in this way not only the water will be available to the people, but also the undue drilling of water shall be controlled, and people will have the fresh water. Well, the presently rotation based water system, that the water rules and regulations are as old as the irrigation system is. So thereby the water should be provided on demand. Where the demand increases, there should be the water increase. Water Modern irrigation techniques like trickling, sprinkling should be adopted. These techniques are there, that where the latest equipment is installed, and that through that equipment the flow of the water is as much as is required. But this technique is expensive, and it requires lots of investment. Illegal theft of the water. That illegal theft of the water and water extraction should be stopped, especially the companies which are extracting water and they are not paying anything to the people or to the government and utilizing the resources. They should be uh, developed. Fine. Well, these are some of the suggestions which have been provided by the experts. In short, summing up the entire discussion, we come to know that water is the major source of our economic life as well as our personal lives. Water in Pakistan is going short because of the overpopulation and mismanagement, especially water required for agriculture and domestic use is inevitable. Thereby, proper policies should be made. Government must allocate enough funds to raise and reserve the water, and so to sustain the economy. Thank you very much.